company that started a revolution in unique lift and leveling kits now offers an advanced off-road suspension line for the Ford Raptor truck. Maximize the off-road durability of your Raptor with ReadyLIFT uniball upper control arms and steering kits, which take an already great off-road truck and make it better. ReadyLIFT off-road suspension heavy-duty upper control arms are made from strong, tapped and welded steel with 1.5-inch Teflon lined uniball bearings providing greater suspension cycling. These large uniball joints are the strongest you can get and proven in the rigors of the most hospitable off-road conditions on the planet. Improved steering feel and control while providing a strong tie rod that can handle any abuse you could possibly put your truck through. The ReadyLIFT heavy-duty steering kits deliver in ways that will make your driving experience seem incredible. The ReadyLIFT off-road suspension system will work with the OEM Fox coilover or the popular aftermarket Fox 3.0 reservoir coilover designed specifically for aggressive off-road use. If you want to keep your OEM Fox coilovers, the ReadyLIFT T6 billet 2-inch leveling kit system is perfect for giving you an extra front lift with the comfort of superior engineering strength that is second to none. If you truly want to get the most out of your Raptor in off-road conditions, the ReadyLIFT off-road suspension, upper control arm, and heavy-duty steering kit will simply amaze you when you hit the dirt and start cycling the suspension like you've never been able to do before. Installation of the ReadyLIFT products for the Ford Raptor truck is easy. After securing the truck on a lift and removing the wheels and tires, the disassembly can begin. The first step is to remove the tie rod from the spindle, followed by unbolting the lower strut mount from the lower control arm. The upper control arm must also be removed from the spindle. The 3 upper strut nuts are next to be removed along with the factory alignment plate at the top. The factory Fox coilover strut can then be removed from the vehicle. Next, you'll want to remove the factory upper control arm. As was mentioned at the beginning of this video, ReadyLIFT offers 2 options for Raptor owners. If you want to retain the factory Fox coilover strut but want a lifted stance, the popular ReadyLIFT T6 billet top mount leveling kit will work great. To install the T6 billet strut spacer, you will first have to cut down the factory strut studs. This is easily done by marking the studs at a point below the top surface of the spacer, then cutting them with a cutting wheel. Once the studs are cut, the spacer can be bolted onto the factory strut using the stock nuts. Back over on the truck, we will now install the ReadyLIFT off-road suspension uniball upper control arm using the factory control arm hardware. The control arm must go on before the strut, otherwise they will not be accessible. If you're choosing the T6 billet kit, the next step is to install the entire strut assembly back onto the suspension. Be sure to place the factory alignment spacer on top of the billet spacer before installing the assembly into the strut tower. The top-mounted factory alignment plate must also be reinstalled. If you want to get the absolute most out of your truck, then we recommend the use of the Fox 3.0 reservoir coilover shocks. These off-road proven shocks bolt directly into the strut tower without the need for the factory alignment plates. With the top secured, next you want to button up the lower strut mount using the factory hardware. When using the Fox 3.0 reservoir coilovers, the provided reservoir bracket inner frame mount must first be inserted into the frame. Then the exterior bracket is bolted directly to the frame mount and securely tightened. The reservoir can now be secured to the bracket using the provided stainless steel clamps. To beef up the Raptor steering, we're going to install a ReadyLIFT off-road suspension heavy-duty steering kit. To remove the stock tie rod assembly, first remove the boot, then loosen the inner joint from the rack and rotate the tie rod assembly. The key component of the heavy-duty steering kit is the machined inner clevis, which requires a liberal amount of thread locker fluid to ensure the clevis will stay tight once installed. When installing, Be sure to square up the clevis with the ears horizontally, fore and aft, as shown. Then install the provided rack locking bolt and tighten. Next, we want to install the steering kit spindle pin into the upright while making sure to fully press the pin in until it fully seats. The heavy-duty ReadyLIFT tie rod assembly can now be attached to the inner rack clevis by first inserting the provided alignment spacer into the heim pivot, then inserting the heim into the clevis and secure it using the provided hardware. Like the steering kit, the uniball upper control arm also uses a pivot pin which must be installed into the top of the spindle before the uniball misalignment spacers are installed into the arm. With the pin and spacers properly installed, the connection is made between the pin and the uniball pivot and the assembly finalized. Like the uniball pivot, similar misalignment spacers are installed onto the outer heavy-duty tie rod heim and then installed onto the previously installed pivot pin. Lastly, you want to recheck all of your hardware to make sure everything is tight. This includes tightening up the upper control arm bolts so the truck can be properly aligned. Now it's just a matter of bolting on the off-road tires and wheels of your choice and getting a good alignment before heading out to the dirt for some serious fun time. The adjustability of the Fox 3.0 coilover struts will allow up to approximately a 2-inch height increase, which is also equal to the same height increase the ReadyLIFT T6 billet spacer kit will provide. This gives the Raptor a taller stance to increase ground clearance, as well as allowing for a slightly larger wheel and tire combination. There's no question about it. The ReadyLIFT suspension options for the Ford Raptor seriously upgrades the off-road ability of this truck. The suspension will eat up the roughest terrains with comfort and control that is equal to the quality driving experience you will experience on the street as well. For more information on ReadyLIFT products for Ford Raptor trucks, be sure to check us out at ReadyLIFT.com. You can also see the most recent product developments on ReadyLIFT's Facebook page.